네가 없이 웃을 수 있을까 생각만 해도 눈물이 나 있는 시간 날 지켜준 사람 이제는 내가 그댈 지킬 테니 너의 품은 항상 따뜻했어 고단했던 나의 하루에 유일한 휴식처럼 나는 너 하나로 충분해 긴 말 안 해도 눈빛으로 다니까
Namaskara and Hanying to all of you joining me in the room and from around the world. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Smriti, the communications lead at CCCB, and I'm delighted to have you all here for the APJ CCC All Employee Meeting. Whether you're here with us from the room or joining virtually, we are thrilled to have you. Today, we have an exciting agenda full of updates, inspiring conversations, and a special performance to kick things off. I hope everyone here are ready for an engaging session. We are starting with a cultural treat that embodies the art of storytelling, a contemporary Kathak performance by the incredibly talented Jannat from the EMEA team. Kathak is a classical dance form that originated in the Uttar Pradesh, northern India. The word Kathak comes from the Sanskrit word Katha, which means story. The dance is said to have originated from the traveling bards of the ancient northern India, known as the Kathakars, who used dance, music, and songs to tell stories from Hindu epics. Just as we at HP weave stories of innovation and progress, Kathak weaves stories of rhythm, tradition, and expression. So let's dive into this beautiful performance. Please join me in welcoming Jannat to the stage. Let's give a big round of applause. Wow, wasn't that incredible? Let's give a big round of applause to Jannat for that breathtaking performance. Thank you, Jannat. Now, to keep the energy going with everyone in the room, can you all give me a thumbs up? And the virtual audience, can you give us some thumbs up emojis? Love the energy. Thank you. And now it's time to introduce someone who needs no introduction, our very own Senior Director of APG, Jordan. Jordan has been at the forefront of driving innovation and excellence across our region, ensuring that we not only meet but exceed our goals while fostering a culture of collaboration, growth, and inclusion. Jordan's leadership has been instrumental in navigating through challenges and seizing new opportunities, all while keeping our team inspired and motivated. Today, he'll be taking us through some key updates from HP and the APJ region, and I'm sure we are all eager to hear the updates from Jordan. Jordan, welcome. We have been having a great time with you in India, and we would love to take the stage.
Thank you.
Namaste. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, it's a great pleasure to attend our APJ CCC all-employee meeting from Bangalore. Now I can remove this from my to-do list. This is one of the things I wish I could do way early, and glad this time I have this opportunity to come. And then since last week, and I have seen a lot of great startups, and then people keep asking me, no matter the people here or the people back to Dalian, they keep asking me, what do you feel? So far, so good, and so on. I will just tell them one thing. My shirt speaks for everything. I already put 2 kilos on myself in this 2 weeks journey. And you guys just keep feeding me and keep giving me different stuffs. Let me try, especially for the well-organized product sessions here. I can't forget all those flavors. And yesterday, we were there, and that was a big shock, at least for me and Robbie, right? And we used to have the MVP session in Dalian as well. But yesterday, you guys make it to a very different level. And it was just like an eye-opening session, and kudos to Biju and all the leaders. And also, congrats to the MVPs as well. I see some of the MVPs are sitting here today. So today, I'm going to give you some quick update regarding the corporate level performance first. And raise your hand if you have read the message from Enrique this morning. Have you? Okay, I see some of the hands. Okay, this is the result for Q2, not the latest one. And the reason why I'm still using this, I tell you why. Because I can't explain anything better than this gentleman, right? Enrique has to do this in his AEM. So I'm going to give you the update from that time. So the numbers, I don't even need to go through and explain, so you can understand what is going on from HP perspective. If you think about the latest message in this morning, together with the Q3 result, from a revenue perspective, we are doing a good job, right? And but the perfect part is still the things we need to work on. It's not because of, it's because of us. It's more like a combination because of different competitors are using different kind of strategy. But for sure, AIPC is gonna be one of the area we need to keep driving and working on. That is the best, right? We already started the first combined AIPC support team from here by our Bangalore team, right? Which is a brilliant start. So let's see. I hope the volume from this team gonna become 10 times high in next quarter. Okay, let's keep moving. But if you look at the trend, at least this trend is good, right? And then we see we reached to the bottom, and now it's a kind of bouncing back. And we just hope in the journey ahead, together with everyone, together with all the innovations, together with all those kind of key strategic level focus areas, right? We can see an even better and beautiful chart. Okay, let's keep moving. Yes, these are talking about our market share and our performance, right? And to be honest, the entire market is a kind of is a kind of shrinking in some of the market, and especially like the China market, right? And we have heard, and then the economic recovery hasn't really reached to the level we were expecting, and that's why we see some of the gap in certain markets. But still, we remain our number one position from this side. And on the other side, at least, you see, we are doing good against some of the competitors. Okay, let's keep moving. I want to start from appreciate. And this is a summary for our VR result. I want to appreciate everyone who participated, who offered your comments, your suggestion, and gave us your feedback. That really matters. And I have spent time in the past few days in different employee engaged sessions. I tried to spend as much as possible the time to meet with our folks here. And I found our people are really good in terms of asking the right question and also giving suggestions. And then from the VR result, it says everything, right? And this is a combined result for our entire APJ CCC. I would say I feel proud for the result itself, no matter from the employee engagement perspective as well as the participation. Being such a large organization, this is something every of us should feel proud. Please give ourselves a credit, right? And for sure, there are still things we need to work on in terms of the opportunity. Like always, right? Your voice is heard. I would say, I mentioned this in some of the occasions. And obviously, being a team like ours, tools, process, right? This is old topic. Even back to the time when I was a co-agent, I was blaming the CRM. I can tell the same. The same thing is still happening, which means the work hasn't stopped yet, right? And then we have to keep evolving. And we do see some good and positive changes in terms of the tools, but obviously there are still opportunities. We want to make the best use of your comments, and then we are working on the analysis of all these comments and then try to capture where should be the key focus and how are we going to take it forward, just like what being shared from here. Okay? And this is a page in terms of our key metrics. From a number perspective, you will be able to understand our performance, right? And same as Europe, we are doing very good job, no matter from our service level perspective or the SNPS perspective. This is a combined way, including all the major markets we are supporting in APJ. And also you can see some of the metrics, right, which are running very healthy. Just like keep the followers, we keep growing, right? Especially after we started to do things differently on social, as live streaming and so on. Later we will cover it. And the core rate is also another key indicator to prove the progress we are making towards driving the shift to digital. And I see a lot of eyes are looking on this side, right? And you see the difference, right? In the past, if you remember, majority of the time when we talk about the revenue, it's always like this, right? Now this is exactly what is happening, which is indicating the tough environment in the market. This is mainly talking about the JD support we are doing in China. And customers are holding their purchase because of the economic environment. And those enterprises are also pushing their refresh, right? And this is more like from the e-commerce perspective. But if you look at the SNPS, right? And from SNPS perspective, even the total revenue, it shows a slightly decline. But from the sports perspective, we are running healthy, which means the work we already started, the work we are working on is exactly on the right angle. It may take some time, but we believe we will reach there, and including the e-commerce. You will always see business up and down, right? So with that, I'm going to hand over to Biju, let him go through the exciting journey, which is the live streaming.
Am I audible? Audible? Okay, good. Now it's working. So before I get into the live streaming, good day all of you, because we have some of our friends in Dalian, so good afternoon to them. And yeah, right now, good afternoon to all of you also over here. So let me start with welcoming Jordan and Robbie over here. It has been great 1.5 weeks that we are here together. We had gone through a lot of business-related activities. We had visited the partners. We had seen some of the practices across the different industries to see what is it that we can bring in. So it has been a great journey last 1.5 weeks, looking at the opportunities that we can work on across the Bangalore and Dalian. So great, thank you Jordan and Robbie for being here, and thank you for the opportunity to host you. Now, taking it forward, we can see Marcos and Satish in an immersive experience. So this is again a part of the live streamings that we have been doing, and it has been started in Dalian quite some time back, which now we have taken it into the Bangalore operations also. And you can see Jordan and Satish going live, and they were able to close 7 orders during that live session, which is really amazing. And that shows the power of the live streaming if used in the right way, and that's what we are exploring. And we have got into the live streaming with India right now. We had around 18 sessions with more than 4,000 views, and maybe the subscribers were around 1 million plus who had subscribed. The interesting thing is how this entire thing works. One is we are having only our employees to do the live streaming. So we are the best people who knows our product, who knows our customer, and we are able to leverage the strength of our own employees to go public and say why HP is the best. So we are seeing quite a good benefit that coming out of it, and we had a review with the Greater Asia MD and presented this. We have got to go ahead, and there are some legal things that we are working through. So as soon as that's done, we'll go live with Greater Asia also. Now the marketing team is showing a lot of interest into the live streaming and the innovations that we are showing, and they are also investing into us, setting up some studio kind of environment in our site so that we can go big with it. Similarly, we had in Korea 6 sessions with 2,815 new followers, and that's Japan with 6 sessions and total views around 396. So what you see over here, these 3 are new into this entire space, but will be there soon. Good, let's move on. Okay, anyone knows what's big bet? No? Any guess? Why is it called big bet? Particular target is set by whom? We take the aspiring target, and that's what makes it very different. So every time you see the targets coming from the top, and what big bet is coming from the bottom, we stand up and say, this year we are going to deliver this, and it can be across SAPOS, SNPS. There are a lot of big bets that all the leaders take. The big bet that we have taken for APJ was the digital growth, and we said digital SAPOS growth, we said we'll multiply into 2. That means today if you're doing X, tomorrow we'll do 2X. very bold step that in the beginning we stood up and as a team we said that we will do it. And I'm very glad to say that we are there almost. So we're going to win our big bet very soon. And a great start from the Bangalore team, and Dalian team has taken it to an altogether different level, contributing to the maximum portion of this journey. The Sapos digital journey has just started in the Bangalore. We have to see what are the practices that happens over there and how we can bring it back over here. And next time, we should look at Forex growth. Should we? Yes. Fantastic. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay, celebrating our people, so I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you, Biju. Thank you, Jordan, and thank you, Biju, for taking us through the business updates. Now that we know how our company is doing, it's time for us to celebrate the people who make it possible. And for that, we have our service anniversary recipients. It's time to recognize and celebrate some of the very special milestones within our HP family. First up, let's give a big round of applause to our colleagues who are celebrating 5 years with HP. Your contribution over these years have been invaluable, and we thank you for your hard work and commitment. Next up, we have our 10-year recipients. A decade with HP is no small feat, and your loyalty and dedication inspire us all. Thank you for being such an integral part of our HP family. Moving on, we have our 15-year anniversary recipients. 15 years of dedication, growth, and countless contribution. Your commitment is something we truly admire. Thank you. Finally, we come to a truly remarkable milestone, our 20-year recipients. 2 decades of service is an extraordinary achievement, and we have the honor of having them here with us in the audience. Let's give a big round of applause to Kaushik Chauhan and Sachin VP. Your experience, your leadership, and your dedication have shaped HP in countless ways, and I would like to invite Jordan and Biju to share a few words for our anniversary recipients.
You want to start? Okay.
So this is a way to take revenge. So whenever who has mic will never leave any leaders, because that's the only place where they can counter them strongly. Okay, so before I... why don't both of you come a little forward so that people can see you?
Why don't you come to the stage?
Congratulations, Casey. Congratulations, Sachin. And it's been great honor and a privilege to work with 2 such great personalities. I have worked with Sachin in different roles. I have worked with Casey for a long time. It's been more than 15 years that we are together with Sachin. I think it's almost going to be around 5-6 years that we are together. Amazing people. And the difference that they make in organization is, one is the investment into learning, and then how do we reap? It's just like any kind of bank investment, right? Slowly we keep adding, and there's a time comes when we realize our money has multiplied, and that's how the knowledge goes. And both of them have understood really well throughout their journey and has exhibited that. Anything, Jordan, you want to add?
Yeah. So first of all, congratulations to both of you. And the 20 years obviously is remarkable, right? In anyone's career. And so someone used to see HP when we hire for retirement. At that time, I was so young. I don't understand the meaning of age. And now I'm reaching to the age, I hope I can retire from a company like HP. And together with some of the talented people, which we know for years. And what amazed the part is the people who joined this company more than 20 years, they haven't really stopped their learning. Every time when we interact, every time we are going to see something different. This, I think, is the biggest motivation, right, behind them. Keep supporting them. Wake up every day, come to the work with full of the passion and energy. Congratulations.
Super. Anything you want to quick message?
Just thank you for all your support and guidance. It's been fun working with HP. It never felt like its 20 years is over. And
Basically, he's trying to say still look young.
Still, barring some.
Look at us, you don't need it, right?
I second what Casey said. Had there been no support, no motivation, no interest, 20 years, forget about 20 years, people would not even stick for 20 months. So with all the support that we've got, with all the new things that we could try, this has been a remarkable journey, and probably I would have another 18 more years to add so that I can retire from here.
Again, he's telling that he is young.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Truly appreciate your contribution.
Thank you both.
And Sachin was also our most valuable awardee yesterday. So congratulations, Sachin, again. Thank you. But that's not all. We also want to take a moment to celebrate our outstanding achievements from our teams in Dalian and Bengaluru. First up, we have our Dalian winners who have gone above and beyond in their performance, setting new standards of excellence and making us all proud. Next up, we have our Bengaluru top performers, and their dedication and outstanding contributions have made a significant impact in our year. Thank you. A big congratulations to all the winners. Now, are we ready to have some fun? Yes?
Yes.
A little more louder? Yes. Are we ready to have some fun with our senior director? No? Who said no?
I said no.
Yes. Now, before we begin the activity, so we've been learning a lot of new things about Jordan, and one thing that came up was he's a master juggler. Was anyone aware of this? No? Yes. So we'll have Jordan join with us. We'll have 2 or 3 volunteers join Jordan, and we'll do a juggling match, and we'll see how we perform. Are you up for it? Okay, Jordan is already freaking out. Okay, can I get 2 volunteers from the audience, please? Krishna, yes? You'd love, yes, Deepak, please join us. Okay, here's the game. So we'll have, first I'll give you 2 balls, and we'll have who, lasts longer in the air, who juggles longer, okay? Here's 2, here's 2.
I only know how to do something like this.
Are we set?
How to do it? You have a demo, please?
Jordan, we know you are a master juggler. We've heard from your teams.
Like this?
Okay? Yes.
Use 2 hands or 1 hand?
2. We'll start with 2 and then we'll go to 3. Ready, get, set, go. Yes. Oh, Krishna is, oh. Deepak, doing amazing. Okay, this seems like a simple challenge. Should we up it to 3? Should we make it 3 balls? Yes. We'll be doing it in parts. So first we'll have Jordan do 3. Krishna, can you share a ball with Jordan? Yes. Okay, get, set, go. Woo! Woo! That was cool. Now up to Krishna. Okay, Deepak, get. That was fun. Now up over to Krishna. Get set, go. Hope we don't hurt anyone. Awesome. Now, who do we, recognize as the winner of the event? Jordan?
Please, please. Oops.
No, I like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Hope that was fun. Yes, Biju?
That was a hidden secret.
That was a
came
hidden
out,
secret. That's what we've heard.
I may?
Yes, please go ahead.
Someone, if you want to play it, and I will share you the YouTube link. Within 30 minutes, you can do the same. Trust me, that's how I learned. There is a step-by-step guidance. 30 minutes, majority of you can do the same, even better than me. I used to meet one lady when I was climbing a mountain, and at the top, and she's senior, I think maybe between 60 to 70. You will not believe, she's like amazing. 3 balls, well, she's playing like that, she's talking to me. Look at on me. Oh. You can do it within 30 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you, Jordan. Let's give a big round of applause for Jordan and our volunteers. Whether it's juggling or business, I think you can do it all. Thank you. Now, moving to another exciting part of today, it's time for us to shift gears and move forward to a relaxed and exciting part of the meeting, the fireside chat. This is where we get to hear some candid insights, experiences, and perhaps a few stories from two of our incredible leaders. We have Biju and Jordan join us for the fireside chat today. Over to you, Biju.
Best part. This reminds me of my home. My wife says, if you want to sit, get your own chair. Okay, so the task for me is to make it difficult for Jordan or easy?
Start with easy and then we'll up the difficulty. Yeah,
More than that,
you are the host, Biju.
Deepak, while making the agenda, ensured that the last part of Jordan's visit agenda is my quarterly conversation. So, I think he planned it really well. But Deepak, one thing that you forgot is your conversation is tomorrow. So Jordan, I'm going to make it very light for you. Okay, one emotion that describes your current state of mind.
That's the easy one. To be honest, it's a mixed feeling. And one, I feel very energetic. One, I had a chance to sit with you all together. But from the other side, I feel a little bit bad because my flight is tonight. And I really hope I can spend longer time here with the fantastic team, you all together.
Fantastic. That shows that Jordan is fully energized and is ready to answer some simple questions. Any tough questions that's coming here, Jordan, star conditions apply. All those are built from there. I was just given this paper 5 minutes back and given the task. So I'm not responsible for any questions that hurts you.
But
I have to be a little safe.
I saw you were holding this paper since yesterday.
Okay. All right. To start with, Jordan, we would like to understand you more. What is your personality? So let me ask you this. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up?
I believe it's close to easily 90% of you guys check mobile phone, right? That's the first thing when I wake up every day. And I have to check on the email and is there any messages and then do the rest.
And what's the time you wake up?
It's different. And sometimes it's from 5 to 7. Usually it's around 6 o'clock.
Sure. What's your preference, tea or coffee, and why?
It's just the black coffee without sugar, and you should know why, right?
Okay. Again, a little tricky question, not from my side, her side. One leadership quality that you admire in others, that you are trying to bring in within yourself.
Well, I think yesterday we even discussed about this topic, which is being a very humble leader. And that is the area I admire a lot. Sometimes I'm just so straightforward. I just can't control myself, and then I start. And sometimes I just need to learn a little bit. And I don't even need to say his name. You guys know whom I'm referring to, right? And I'm still keep learning from him, right? Which is the gentleman sitting in this floor. And I have to say, this is a very, very great leadership attribute.
So what Jordan is trying to say, as you grow in the organization, one thing that you need to bring in within yourself is a humbleness. And Jordan is being very humble to say that he is still practicing it. But yeah, life is always work in progress. We all keep adding and topping ourselves. So that's great. Jordan, if I have to ask you one quality that you have which has created an identity for yourself, a leadership quality.
Okay. So if you ask me, I think probably it's just, if I can think about, probably it's just work a little bit hard and the long hours and so on, all those kind of things. You should know this, right? And
my God.
sometimes for the people, if you are not smart enough, then you need to work a little bit more. That's the philosophy, right?
Being humble again.
I can tell you, most of the time I have to, our night time, maybe around 10ish, which will be 12:30, 1 o'clock in Dalian. I have to remind Jordan, why don't you go to bed? And that's his usual time. And if he says that this is not working hard, then the expectation for me would be different. Okay, Jordan, if you had a superpower, what it would be? And what would you use it for?
Maybe I will just use it, and this can be transferred to any Starbucks City Mark. I'm collecting Starbucks mug, so that's probably the best usage I can think about.
Anyone want to ask how many mugs he has collected till now?
A couple of hundred. And,
Couple of hundreds.
So next time, if you will go, I can offer everyone a drink, right? I have enough mark.
So Jordan has got a huge collection of mugs, and during our last conversation we were having, Jordan did a video call, and I was shocked to see that we can be so passionate that we collect to this extent. So yeah, it's really great. One advice that you have received which changed your life?
Oh, there's a lot. So if you had to ask me pick one of them, and I think that was a long, long time back, one very, very senior leader, and then we discussed, we meet in one of the just free dialogue, and then he told me one thing, I still remember, and he was telling, if you are a leader of the team or a small group, or even just at home, being any individual contributor, you need to do one thing. Don't pretend you are listening. You need to listen, use your heart. So that's the only advice he gave to me back to that time. I still remember. And so sometimes we just listen and then wait and then fight back, right? And it's not more like I'm just giving myself to listen to the other side and then see what are they trying to tell. We see enough cases, the projects, programs, or whatever, the things around us in the workplace or even at home, right? And people just couldn't even calm down and then spend time to listen to each other. If everyone can just slow down a little bit and then become a true listener, maybe it could create a lot of difference.
Great piece of advice, especially for the leaders. Yeah, a round of applause for that. That's the difference between hearing, listening, right? And so it's a great message that we should always listen from our heart so that we are able to connect with our team. Okay, another question to all of you. Is Jordan vegetarian or non-vegetarian? Okay. Great. Aren't you surprised being in China, a person being a vegetarian?
Yes. We would love to know the story behind it.
I would love to know the story.
Conscious choice.
I didn't ask this question. They want to ask this question. They want to know why you are a vegetarian and how did this change happen?
Okay. First, it starts from a mistake. I wrongly opened a lady's lunchbox, and she is a veg, back to, I think, 11 years back. And I was telling her, accompany with your stay in Dalian, and then I will behave like veg. After 2 days, she left back to Singapore, and I feel it's still okay. Why don't I just try a little bit longer? For 2 weeks, I feel the positive change. You guys know, every time when we go to the restaurant in China, they give you a menu like this, and you have a lot of dishes you need to select. But if you are veg, you don't even need to look at the menu. You know, only 2 to 3 dishes they can offer. It extremely helps you save your energy. And you don't need to waste your time to choose, right? And then it will be the case. So it's more like start from that time. And I also lose a couple of kilos at the beginning. So I feel this is a very positive thing I should do. That's how it started. But since last year, the doctor warned me, and I start to change a little bit. I start to eat some fish and seafood, but that's it.
Yeah, and it's been 13 years that you are veg, and now you started eating fish. And how's the reaction of your family?
They were pretty happy from the moment they know I'm going to eat fish. They keep cooking every day and serve me, and I have to ask for a stop. But still, it's good. But I tried chicken once, but I feel I cannot go back.
Take the taste, yes. No, that's really great, and we all were surprised when we got to know you're a vegetarian, and we were breaking our head behind the story behind it. So glad to know how it started. One funny thing that would have happened over the Zoom video call over last 3-4 years, post-pandemic, we have been mostly on the video calls. So you remember any funny thing that would have happened?
Firstly, having a Zoom call is never a fun thing, right? And if you ask me, it's more like a majority of the Zoom call for me happened at evening time, right? And you guys must experience exactly the same. So I'm wearing shirt like this. You can guess. This is how it goes, right? But sometimes you forgot. And then while you talk, you stand up, okay? And then you sit down again. That's the case.
Okay. We all say situation management is a critical skill that is required for leaders. Anyone disagree? You disagree? You agree to the fact that I am saying, okay. Great. So, agree to disagree, absolutely. So, we're going to put Jordan into some specific situation and see how Jordan reacts to that situation. Okay, scenario 1, Jordan. I've been told to act on this scenario, but I'm a very poor actor, so I'll read it out. If you are stuck in an elevator with a HP customer who had a critical issue, but no cell service, what would you do?
I think we know the answer, right? We will absolutely help, right? Do whatever we can for our customer if we are there, right? To protect our brand.
So you are stuck in the with a customer in the lift. Lift has got completely stuck, and there is no cell phone connection. Okay. What next?
Okay, I got you. In that case, I would say what I can do is just try to calm down him or her, right? And then let's wait. We have heard enough, right? The more you try it, the more it's becoming dangerous. The best way sometimes is just stay and wait, and until someone comes, right?
No, that's fantastic. See, the critical skills, and I'm just trying to summarize what Jordan said, comes when you're in a tough situation, when you're in an odd situation. So many a times, what we do when we are in an odd situation, we call it as knee-jerk reaction. We start reacting. The panic comes. So a good leader is one who remain calm, composed, and manage the situation. Like Jordan said, wait, hold on, accept, and then you decide whether to have a conversation with the customer, or instead of making it worse, someone will come. So the trust which is there that someone will come. So that's a spontaneous reaction, the situational reaction. Second one seems to be even more difficult. Do I really need to ask the third one? You can only promote one person, someone who always on time, but average in performance. She wanted to write Biju, but she said should not. Or someone who's brilliant, but bit unpredictable. So whom do you promote?
Wow. I would say this is, if you ask me, this is an easy question, right? Since you already mentioned Biju's name, right? what should I choose, right? And I think it's just like, think about every time when a company like HP announced their quarterly or annualized financial result, the reaction from Wall Street, right? What's going to happen? Basically, the Wall Street behavior, the guiding principle is they need one company they can predict. If you are telling this quarter my revenue is 8 times higher than the original expectation, they may not give you a good rating because you are totally out of their range. They cannot predict what's going to happen. It could go up 8 times, or it can suddenly drop into a single digit. Who knows, right? And so if you ask me, you win the game, Biju.
Thank you, Jordan. Yeah. A very, very great point that's coming out of it. As an individual, it's always good and healthy for us to be predictable in terms of the performance. That also shows that we know about ourselves, we know about our ecosystem that we are in. If we know that our team is going to perform like that, then we will plan our things accordingly. But there are some people, again, there was one manager, he was operations leader for Greater Asia. He was such an unpredictable person. He usually comes at 8 o'clock. One fine day, he will come at 2 o'clock and sit there. And his entire work would be to see who all sleeps, who has logged in. And I used to get so bugged up with him. Hey, at least fix your time in a way that we know when you are there so that we start working in front of you.
So does it mean you only come office on time in these 2 weeks?
Exactly.
I smell something, huh? Okay.
Okay. So I have asked enough questions, so I'll open it to all of you. We have Jordan with us, we have Robbie with us, Vijay, and all the leaders. So any questions that you have?
Yes. Team present here, if you can just raise your hand, we'll have our team give the mics to you. Yes, Rajiv, please go.
Mike is coming.
I think lady
Hello.
first, right? Lady first, right?
Oh, lady. If I would have seen that hand, I would have turned back.
Okay. Good day to you, Jordan, and good day, everyone. Good day, Biju. So I have this question. So, we've got so many things ongoing, right? I know that, we all know that, the upprint numbers are going down, where we're doing good on PS side, right? And on the other side, we see that, fast growing AI, right? And again, on the other side, when you look from agents' perspective, we have so many issues that we're facing with tools, right? So what is the area of focus or where you're planning to invest this year? And what are your strategies for this year to overcome these challenges?
Okay. You mean more related to tools and info or what? Or in general?
So in general, right? You have so many things, right? You have tools issue as well.
Oh, for sure. Please sit down. Okay. That's a great question, and I like the question related to tools and so on. So I can always go back and I will check with Greg, right? And
I can see Greg's team over there.
yes. Oh, DC. Okay. You wanna answer the question?
That's okay.
It's always like that. Like I mentioned, from more than 20 years back when I was a core agent, there is never a perfect tool. It will always be the case. But if we just think about what happened in the past few years, I consider this as a positive change, right? The transformations we are building, right, we are bringing to the tools, it will be the case, and then we will reach there, but it may not happen overnight. But in terms of the general strategy for us, and I was telling the team, so my current thought is, no matter the team here or the team over there or somewhere else, I have seen we got a lot of great things going on. So why don't we just make the best use for all these practice, which has been tested work so well in one particular country or market? Can we just simply copy-paste to the other and then make the best use of it? So probably you have heard APJ opportunity, right? This is the way how we try to maximize the power of this best practice. So we will keep working from this area, and then there are different pillars. No matter this is talking about the automation, talking about the area I really like, which is growth, the revenue, right? And we have to keep working from different angles. Think about the traditional spots. It's one-to-one, right? After we serve the customer, we start to sell. But if we shift more and more customer to the unassisted, to the other channels, we will not even have a chance to offer a sale. What's going to happen, right? So that's why there is a strong need for us to make all those options available through digital. That's one. Secondly, live streaming, right? We do one session, one moderator or live streamer can talk with lots of followers. It could be 1,000 or even more. And if we use the similar conversion rate, that's gonna bring a lot of revenue to us. And most important, if you listen what Marcos mentioned, right? He's telling it clearly to every of us. Now we are a part of the business unit, right? We should change the way how we look at ourselves. And then we need to think about how can we help and contribute to the top line, which is the attach rate, which related to different kind of solutions. We keep talking to our customers day in and day out. We should be able to know what kind of solutions HP should offer to them. And then we should work together with the right team to really change our portfolio. It's more like what to sell, right? It's more like if you want to set some, let's say, makeup stuff, some skirts to this gentleman, it will never work. We need to give him some fancy watch, right? The best version of smartphone, maybe he will just buy it immediately. So change the offering, the portfolio we can offer to the customers. And last but not least, most important piece is the people development. Every of you is the key of our success, right? Without people, all of this, what I just mentioned, will not happen. And so we have to keep working on the areas, look at it for the opportunity. Since you mentioned about the AI, right? So we need to identify the right angle to start. And I strongly encourage you go and try some different kind of AI tools. At least we have a taste, right? And then we will know I like it or not, or which part of it I may like. And then we can choose the right angle to start, and that would be my answer to your question.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Pooja, for that insightful question. Now, we have received one question from Awson. She asks, this question is both to Biju and Jordan. She asks, over the past year, we have had a lot of collaboration and sharing between the Bengaluru and Dalian teams. What are your expectations for how our two sites can work together even better in the future to improve overall efficiency?
Sure. The way that we need to look at is whenever an organization is formed, and that's around a year back, we formed the APJ as an organization, APJ CCC. The first thing is formation. Everyone coming together, knowing each other. And we have spent good amount of time, initial 3-4 months. We went very light in understanding each other. So that was exploring. And we started exploring. We created APJ opportunity as a pillar to come close. And another thing that we kickstarted was buddy program. Culturally, how we can bring two set of people together. So the entire things that we have done till now was to bring two teams close to each other. Now that we are close to each other, we know each other well, we know each other's strength well, we know each other's opportunity well. Now this is the time for us to start delivering, start showing results of two biggest organizations within the CCC coming together to form a giant organization and supporting the biggest market for HP, that's Greater China, Greater India, and Greater Asia. So these are the three key markets, growing market for us. So I think there's a lot in front of us. It's like an ocean. Now we have got into the ocean. Now this is the time for us to walk through the ocean and reap the best pearls out of it. Anything you want to add, Jordan?
Yeah, Biju covered it pretty well. And I think first thing, we need to really understand each other, right? we have to understand the other part from a culture perspective so we can work more closely. If we cannot even use a language the other side can really understand, things will not go well, right? It's just like every marriage, probably, right? And you have to keep your learning. And for us, we just need to get used to understand different cultures. And Biju mentioned one important part is we are in a way better position because we are in the, I would say, emerging or high growth market, right? And we also have another important part, which is about being a site like Bangalore. We are supporting not only Asia, as well as EMEA and AMS. So this gives us tremendous opportunity to expand the great things we are doing, right? So the culture thing is always there. No matter that is something within Asia or go beyond Asia, right? Versus EMEA, between us and EMEA or between us and AMS. So we just need to utilize all this kind of mechanism and then find out the best way to engage, work together with different stakeholders, and then we will reach there.
Thank you, Jordan. While we take Rajib's question, I request our virtual audience to share their questions in the chat box, and we'll take it up as we go.
Hi,
Over
Jordan.
to you, Rajiv.
So my question will be like sustainability is a key pillar for HP. So like for how like our customer contact center is contributing to this HP's sustainability goals, and how we as an employee can get involved and support this.
Okay, great question. And I think Biju should be the better person rather than me to answer this question. I tell you guys why. Because the volunteer hours here, you guys already contribute. Till now, it's way higher than what we have in Dali. I already took a lot of notes, and Robbie also. He got a long list we need to close when we go back. And we already decided to adopt some of the learnings from here and then do the same. And to what you just mentioned, I think you guys should know this answer better than anyone else, right?
Okay. I would split into two categories. One is when Enrique started this entire program of sustainability, telling that we'll be the most sustainable organization in the world, in the globe. He started with building laptops, which is out of the ocean waste. We started building laptop bags with the waste bottles like this. And I'm carrying one with me, and it's going to come into the market very soon. So from a laptop to bag, everything that we are looking at is in that way. Now, boiling down to our CSSD world or contact center, I'll take business first. The remote resolve that you do you think it helps in sustainability? Yes. How? How? Exactly. The remote resolve that we do, what does it reduce? A vehicle going from a service center to the customer place with carbon emission. It reduces carbon footprint, and we are calculating it. So we'll have a number which we can put across in terms of how many. The boxes, the part that goes from the service center, there's a box that's created to keep the part. They go there, it becomes an enemy, what will happen? The part goes back and the box goes for rubbish waste. So what we are saving? Trees. Right? So this is from our day-to-day work. Now coming back to our office, you would have seen we have stopped using tissue papers in the restrooms and hand wash everywhere. That's a step towards sustainability. Next what we are doing is we are going to stop using paper cups. We have stopped using water bottles. It's just exceptional that for programs we keep water bottle, otherwise most of the conference rooms everywhere you would have seen we are converted into bottles. So every step that we take, we need to think how we can contribute. The other thing that we are doing is, heard of HP Forest in India? Right? Yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing that we are doing, and Enrique is driving it across the globe. I know how it's happening in India, and maybe my counterpart in Dalian, Robbie, we can add how it's happening in Dalian. So that's another initiative. The amount of carbon that we create because of any of our action, we are neutralizing using by planting tree. So as an individual, we need to think how we can contribute to this entire globe, how we can contribute to the society. Much more than that, be selfish. When I say be selfish, all of you have kids? All of you have kids? Just imagine after 10 years, your kids have to buy oxygen to survive. They carry an oxygen cylinder behind them, put a mask, and walking on the street. How would you feel? Pathetic, right? Can you even imagine that? And that's a difference that every individual can bring in to make a better tomorrow for our own family. When I say selfish, for our own people, at least start from self, then think about others. So it's all in our hand. There's a lot that we can do.
Thank you. Thank you, Biju. Up next, we have a question for Biju. Guavru asks, AI PCs are an important part of a future-ready portfolio. How do you see the potential of such innovative products, and how can we better support these kind of products?
Question 4?
Biju.
All the tough questions she is passing to you. Okay. Very interesting thing happened recently. When I was watching one of the YouTuber, and he was talking about HP AI PC, and it was a little disappointing. And when I went back and deep dived into it, I felt that we, as the face of the organization, could have done things very differently to avoid a situation like that. So any action that we do, I'll start from the support and then I'll come into the PC model. So every action we do, we have to think that we are the face of HP. Sorry, Binu, you are telling something? Oh, okay. We are the face of the HP, and every small action of ours matters for the organization. So to support Enrique's vision of creating an environment of AI around our PCs, we need to be a step ahead of it. We need to start thinking like our users, and for that we need to get deep into our subject. Why AI PC? Is it really going to make a difference? What is the role of AI PC? As a customer, when I buy an AI PC, what do I expect? That is the first thing that we need to understand in terms of the customer expectation. Now, coming to the AI PC, why we are into AI PC, the whole world, you step out of your home, every second person talks about AI. Every second person talks about AI. This is just like the industrial revolution we saw, then after that we saw this milk related revolution, then a lot of revolutions that we saw. This is another technology revolution that we are getting into. So we have two options, either be the Nokias of the world or the Canons of the world, and just stand and see what's happening and over a period of time diminish. Yahoo, all these companies, or be ahead of the race. So HP choose to be ahead of the race. We are the first company to release the inbuilt AI PC, and that gives us an edge. Now it's in our hand, how do we take it forward? It's available in the market, but how do we create an environment of technology around it? When a customer calls, can we say that this has got additional 2 or 3 more features? How we can tell the customer that our products are ahead of the time? And this is a good demonstration how we are taking the organization over and beyond what our customers are expecting. Anything, Jordan, you want to add?
Yeah, I think you said it so well. The expectation is the key here. No matter us or the customer, right? Basically, they buy something, they expect that this thing can do certain work, help them improve their either personal productivity or either address something in their work. But when they start to use, they realize that there is a gap between the expectations, right? And so I think what we just need to do is, firstly, we need to be a part of the game. We need to also understand what should be the key functions our AI PC can offer. When we had a chance to engage with the customer, we should somehow introduce and influence the customer. And then I think few weeks back, one of the category guy, and then he's the head of, I think, Great China PS category, and then he had a live streaming session, and then they just had a couple of demo using our AI PC to do certain work, and it can make the work from in the past few hours just into 30 minutes, right? So let people sense the difference by having a product like that. That really matters. So we need to help our company set the right expectation from our customer side as well. Otherwise, they feel I'm buying something like I'm paying for 5-star hotel, and now I'm getting 3 stars, right? Because you need to give time until we reach to that 5-star level, right? This is an ecosystem, not just a pure one particular hardware.
And I can give you a quick example. Sorry, just flashed into my mind. When this AI PC got launched, I was creating a big hype at my home to just show off that HP does all these things. And all of us would be doing that to our kids. Somehow my daughter got that, and she's joined in her uni few days back, and she insisted to buy that PC. I got her a PC, and yesterday we were in MVP function, and while going back, I called her. Said, how was your first day in the college? How was the sessions? After that, she sends me a summary of all the classes on the topics that got covered. And I really got, in my entire life, I have never seen my daughter being so studious, so sitting in the class, making notes. And I told my wife, our daughter has taken us to a different level. And today morning, I was so curious to know how she made all these notes. And she said she wanted a pen and all to write on the PC. Got everything as usual, father. She said, Papa, I got an AI application which I installed in my laptop. I start the mic on. After the session, it gives me entire summary. I was like, wow. So the students, the way that they think is very different. And our PC has got an inbuilt AI chip in it, with which the application can be loaded. It cannot be loaded in the other systems. So think that way, how this AI PC is going to create a revolution. Children can fool their parents very nicely. So, okay, with that we are on the top of the time. So we would like to thank our Dalian team members because we are going to close the webinar, and the people who have joined from Electronic City and other office. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. It was great connecting, and thank you for some wonderful questions. A big round of applause to all of us. And the people in this room can continue with the opportunity of ragging Robbie, Jordan, myself, and all of us. So we can continue with some more social questions, anything that you want to know about Jordan. And Robbie, if I can request you also to come over to the stage.
Join us.
We'll continue with some more questions, and then we'll spend some time knowing each other. Bidi.
It's okay. It's okay.
So who want to go next?
Please raise your hand and we'll have a mic over to you.
Yes.
My name is Deepak. So my question is that how AI is build opportunity to our contact center. So what kind of opportunities we get by implementing AI to our contact center?
We'll have Robbie.
Yeah, I just had a conversation with Sander the day before yesterday, and Sander, gave me a high-level introduction about in the future CCC, how we are going to leverage the Beeline program, including AI as the big function, to change our future. 3 big parts. Number 1, we will utilize the VA GPT to support our customer, virtual assistant. And number 2, we will leverage the pilot solution, and as we have seen some demo for the case summary and real-time translation. Okay, and the third part is for the KGPT. That means knowledge GPT. That part will give us a huge opportunity to support our daily operation. That's why from the HP corporate level, we are leveraging some AI technology to better support our agent, to better support our customer and our business. Yeah, and from the personal perspective, Viju already mentioned a very good example, okay?
Thank you. Jordan, anything?
I think Robbie already mentioned a lot. So what I would suggest, back to the earlier points, we need to start, no matter how. You need to start taste it, and then you will see which angle to pitch in. From HP perspective, we have our plan, right? But if you think about how this AI thing work, right? Basically, they need to learn. We need to keep feeding, right? And then the large language model itself is gonna need a lot of material. But why the company like us still need to deploy something by ourselves? It's all because customer can go to the ChatGPT today, ask technical questions, might can get answer. That's all because everything from the open, let's say, web, right? The network is there, available, and they already learned. But within our own place, we have our own knowledge, right? Which we don't want to open and public to everyone. So this is our asset. And that's why we also need to create all of this. And then while we keep developing our own AI, and it will take some time. You cannot expect something come suddenly, right? It's gonna become like your mentor, gonna answer all your questions. No way, right? And we need some time to reach there. But before that, make yourself relevant. Keep learn different things. You might can also contribute to the journey.
And also one request that I have is, all of you may have some ideas in your mind. Suppose we are working on a tool, all of a sudden it sparks that, can we automate this? Can we bring some AI over here? We need more ideas. Because you are the people who are close to the customer, who are close to the business. So please make use of that knowledge that you have. Share ideas in terms of what do you think it can be done, or it cannot be done, or should not be done. No idea is a bad idea. Every idea is a great idea, and that's a respect that we have for ideas. We have different platforms, so please keep sharing your ideas on how we can make a difference and how you can contribute to the transformation.
Several months back, in the middle of this year, we made an AI workshop discussion with all the management team in Dalian, and we draw a picture for the CCC Dalian team. How are we going to go through the AI journey? And we do have some kind of alignment and from the high-level structure perspective. And we see the workshop result is very good. And recently, we did a similar workshop with all the ground-level employees. And over 30 employees joined the workshop, and based on all the creative ideas, they draw a beautiful picture, even from the individual perspective. You know, during the time we have Google, someone better utilize Google to improve their productivity. And also some of the people utilize Google to make a big fortune. And now it's time for AI. It's more close to our individual. How are we going to equip ourselves with new technology? Then we can do our work more efficiently, and also we can make benefit to ourselves. So from this angle, we did this individual workshop, and the result is amazing. And we are going to do the second round and third round. They have come out a timetable. From the early morning, woke up, as Jordan mentioned, to the evening, you go to bed. What kind of AI solution you can utilize in the future? I do believe AI will very much change our future. So just, get on the board and start learning, start using, okay?
Awesome. Thank you for that, Robbie. Up next, we have Christine's question.
Hi, Jordan. So my question to you is, what is the leadership's plan to foster a culture of inclusivity, collaboration, and recognition, especially as we're moving towards a hybrid and remote working environment. So, what is your plan on that?
Okay, so I consider this as a mixed question. Firstly, since we talk about hybrid, right? We are all working in this hybrid environment, and there are always pros and cons. But I would say, since we were talking about sustainability, right? And automatically we contribute a lot, right? And this is the good part, the benefits and so on. But if you think about, and if you keep staying at home, you will miss the opportunity to connect with the people around you, right? And just like today, it's still making a huge difference. In the past, we have to do this remotely. It's very different, right? I believe. So it has to be a combination. But in terms of developing all of this area, I think we just need to learn in this new environment, new norm, what are the things we need to behave a little bit differently. We always need to be mindful, right? For example, just a very simple example. We probably need to have a Zoom meeting with someone remotely. Then my question is, will you turn on the camera at the beginning or not? Who's gonna turn on the camera at the beginning? Please raise your hand. You didn't do this with me, huh? Okay. So you see, these are the tricks, right? When you meet with different group, different individual, your behavior also need to be different, right? For example, if we are going to have a Zoom meeting with one lady at probably her evening time, I will never turn the video on, right? It's the same. So all of these small things are the things we need to start and then keep building on ourselves. So you will learn in this new norm, in this new environment, how should I interact with others? How should I get things done in a different manner? It's not like I'm just calling a lot of folks, come to the same room, we discuss, we close, right? Sometimes half of them are here, half of them are remote. So it's always hard. And you need to be mindful about everyone, and like always. And for ourselves, this is a learning journey. You just need to keep learning, and then keep observing. And then who's doing a better job? Every time when you observe someone doing great, make sure you learn something and build on yourself.
Great.
Thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, Vijay has
Yes,
got a
Vijay.
question.
Can we get the mic to Vijay?
This is going to be... HR is asking us question.
So, a lot of serious topics. So I thought I'll switch some gears. Okay. So we have a lot of young population here, including me. So we have a question. We look up to you, Biju, Robbie, so much, and we are so eager to know for this young population what ideas or thoughts or habits or actions helped you to grow up in the ladder, and what would be your advice to this people?
Why don't we start from that side?
My mic has some problem.
How to grow, right? Yeah, I think that's the question from my side. I will start from keep learning, as Jordan mentioned just now, with a growth mindset, and to catch up the changing environment. And that's why we can survive. And also that's why we can lead the team as a leader. And second thing is we need to really learn from the others. The great leader as Jordan, you know, we must not miss the chance to learn, and also Satish and many other leaders like Biju. I think that's very important for you to have some interaction and connection with senior leader. You can learn a lot from different angle. And then last one is you put yourself into the practice to ambition part. That's something you really put it in your action. Start to do something. And whenever there's opportunity, you raise your hand, I do believe you will take some risk. And it will be a painful process. But I also believe you will learn a lot of things from the real practice. And I think that's a very important secret for me in the past. In HP, I worked for 20 years, including Jordan. I used to report it to 21 managers. Wow. If in average, we do the calculation every 1.5 years, I change my job. Yeah, but recently, I want to stay in CCC longer, okay?
That's a good one.
My point is, whenever there's opportunity, just raise your hand, and I guarantee you will learn a lot of things, okay?
Great.
Thank you, Robbie.
Okay.
Viju, would you like to add to that?
See, for me, life is a bank account. That's the way that I look at. Bank, you put money. Life is always about the debit and credit of the knowledge. The investment that you do to upskill yourself is an investment. So there are two types of the people who save money. One, I have 10 rupees, I decide I invest 5. And then wait till this 5 become a lakh, keep adding. There's another set of individual people or smart people who will calculate after 20 years what's the money that I need and do a backward calculation, start investing. So if I need 10 crores after 20 years, then I will do a reverse calculation and say that every month I need to save 5,000 instead of 5 rupees and start working towards it so that after 20 years I have 20 crore. Life is all about that. Dream where you want to be. That dream becomes your goal. And then you start working reverse to create that bank within yourself for the knowledge. Make yourself ready before the role comes to you. What is growth? Opportunity and knowledge comes together, you crack the interview and goes. Is opportunity in your hand? Maybe, may not be. Whenever IJP comes, how will I be responsible? But the second part is in your hand, that's the knowledge. If you keep your knowledge high, and when the opportunity comes, it will be a perfect mix. But generally what we do, after the IJP mail comes, we'll start preparing for the interview. So my request to all of you is, need to know how much savings you need after a certain period of time, and then work towards in step by step. So start in a reverse way, keep your knowledge high so that whenever the opportunity knock your door, you are the first person to open the door because your knowledge is the highest one. Dream big. In India, one thing is tax-free. You know what it is? Rest everything is taxable. Dream is only thing which is tax-free. So when something is tax-free, make use of it. Think big. Whenever you start dreaming, you always think it's a tax-free, so let me just raise my level up. So these are the few ingredients that help me to use the tax-free facility of thinking big, to do the reverse calculation of my investment and see my life as a bank when it comes to my career.
Okay, you guys already covered every angle. What should I say? I can just probably share you what I learned in recent. When Marcos and Satish, they were in Dalian, we had one activity related to career development. We had a work just like this size. And then people can go there, just write, what's your understanding about growth? Can you guess what's the answer from these two gentlemen? And Marcos was telling, growth is to give back. Satish mentioned, growth is to enable or help others success. You see, automatically it's different. And then for the people like us, besides these two gentlemen already offered, and this is also something we should keep in our mind. And then the beauty of us working in a MNC, in a Fortune company like HP, is you will have lots of opportunities to build your own network, right? Sometimes it comes as a great support and help, even after years. So while you look for opportunity to grow yourself, do whatever they already mentioned. Don't forget to build the network. It will pay you back in a very nicely way, sooner or later. And while you do all these kind of things, you also help others, right? For example, like the AI learning and so on. It's not, I want to keep this as a secret so I can finish my job better and faster than Bijou, right? It's not like that. If you have a great discovery, you found something really works, share with your team, share with the people around you. They will also learn. Everyone's productivity improved, right? So we all can shift our focus to something else. And then you build your trust, your network automatically. Sounds like a plan for you guys?
Great, great, fantastic. Yeah.
Growth mindset, dreaming big, and building a network. What a great way to put it together. And thank you for the question, Vijay. And what a great way to end our all-employee meeting with that insights. And let me ask Jordan and Biju to close the all-employee meeting with a few remarks.
No, fantastic. Thanks for taking out time, team. And Jordan, we are truly grateful to have you with us. Same, Robbie. Jordan will be around us for some more time. So if anyone wants to connect with Jordan and Robbie, he will be here. We can use this time to socialize more. So once again, thank you for having this session. And we have some snacks also, which is served on the other side. So we can pick the snacks, have some good chit chats with both of them. I know you got bored with me enough. Jordan, any closing comment from your side?
Yeah, so I mentioned it at the beginning. It's great to have all of us here. And I just feel I should stay a little bit longer. I should not go back. But the family is calling. And what I'm going to do is I will plan it way ahead. Make sure I have enough space before coming. And next time, so I can try different things. And appreciate for every day, for all the things you guys have prepared for all of us. Every day is a kind of football. And then we have learned a lot from you guys, like I mentioned in some of the forum. So our job is to be your ambassador. Make the best use of our practice. And then let's make our APJ-CCC team great together. Okay? Thank you, everyone.
And thank you all for hosting both Jordan and Robbie. The great potlucks memories will always remain. Thank you all.